It started like any other Friday night. I was home alone, trying to edit my latest vlog. My parents were out of town, and the house was eerily quiet, except for the occasional creak of the old wooden floors. I thought I'd get a head start on my channel content, but instead, I stumbled upon something that still haunts me. And no, this isn't some made-up ghost story. This happened to me. I'm still trying to make sense of it. You ever feel like you're being watched, not just when you're alone, but like someone is standing right behind you, breathing down your neck? That's what I felt that night. But it wasn't someone watching me. It was something much worse. I was editing a video on my laptop, headphones on, fully focused. I didn't hear it at first. It was subtle. Just a faint knock coming from somewhere in the house. It was uneven, random, like someone tapping with their fingernails. I paused the music and pulled off my headphones. The knock was louder now, and it was coming from beneath me, the basement. Now, for context, I never go into the basement unless I absolutely have to. It's one of those creepy and finished basements with a single bare bulb and way too many shadows. Plus, we've had problems with rats down there before, so I figured that's what it was. I grabbed a flashlight and headed down. The first thing I noticed when I opened the basement door was how cold it was. It wasn't just a draft, it felt like I had walked into a freezer. The kind of cold that makes your breath fog up. I was halfway down the stairs when the tapping stopped. That should have been my cue to turn around and go back upstairs, but curiosity is a funny thing. It keeps pulling you forward, even when every instinct in your body is screaming to stop. I reached the bottom of the stairs and swung the flashlight around. The beam caught shelves filled with old junk, boxes of Christmas decorations, my dad's tools, and a broken rocking horse we were supposed to donate years ago. Nothing seemed out of place, until I noticed something weird on the far wall. There was a door. We don't have a door in our basement. At least, we didn't. This wasn't just some random storage closet I had forgotten about. The door was old, its wooden surface scratched and stained, with rusted hinges and no handle. It wasn't supposed to be there. I should have gone back upstairs, called someone, anyone, but instead, I walked closer. My flashlight started flickering as I got near, and I swear, I could hear faint whispering coming from behind the door. It wasn't words, though. Just sounds, inhuman sounds. I knocked on the door. For a few seconds, nothing happened. Then, the door knocked back. I don't know why I stayed. Most people would have run upstairs and locked themselves in their room. But me, I decided to open it. It didn't take much. The door swung open on its own the second I touched it, and beyond it was pitch black. Not the kind of dark your eyes adjust to. This was a void, swallowing the light from my flashlight. But in the middle of that darkness, I saw something move. At first, it looked like a person, a figure, hunched over, rocking back and forth. But as it got closer, I realized it wasn't human. Its limbs were too long, its head tilted at an unnatural angle. And its face, oh God, its face. It didn't have one. Just smooth, pale skin stretched over its skull, like something had erased it. Then, it did something I'll never forget. It mimicked my voice. "Why did you come down here?" It said, but it wasn't asking. It was mocking me. Repeating my own words back to me like a parrot, I stumbled back, dropping the flashlight. It rolled across the floor, casting spinning shadows on the walls. That's when I saw them. Dozens of handprints smeared across the concrete, leading to the door. They weren't there before. The creature stepped out of the void, its head twitching and twisting as if it was trying to look at me without eyes. And then it said something else, in my voice, "You shouldn't have opened it." I bolted up the stairs, slammed the basement door shut, and locked it. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold the phone as I tried to call my mom. But before I could dial, I heard something else. The tapping had moved. It wasn't coming from the basement anymore. I ran to my room, barricaded the door, and sat with my back against it, clutching a baseball bat like that would somehow protect me. The tapping got louder and louder, moving up and down the walls, across the ceiling, even under the floorboards. And then, silence. I must have fallen asleep at some point because when I woke up, the house was quiet. Sunlight streamed through the window, and for a brief moment, I thought I had dreamed the whole thing. But when I went downstairs, the basement door was wide open. I haven't gone back down there since. My parents think I'm crazy, but I know what I saw. And the worst part, sometimes, when the house is really quiet, I can still hear the tapping. Not from the basement anymore, from the vents. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments, what would you do if you found a door that shouldn't exist? Would you open it? Also, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more creepy stories, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and remember, whatever you do, don't listen too closely. You might not like what you hear.